POM under Assam Police custody on August 21 at Shivsagar, Kohima POM Students Union organizes a candlelight vigil in solidarity with lead POM at Old MLA Hostel Junction. Taking part in the rally, several other organizations such as the Kohima Unit of Eastern Nagaland Women Organization, Eastern Nagaland People Union, Eastern Nagaland Student Federation condemns the Assam Police for POM's death. National Human Rights Commission seeks report from Assam Police over the custodial death of late Nltv POM. NHRC sent the notice for the action taken report to Shivsagar Superintendent of Police on giving 4 weeks time for response. Central Nagaland Tribes Council and Nagaland Tribes Council demand urgent attention of Centre for Early Solution to the Naga political issue in view of prevailing situation in the state. The CNTC calls out at Government of India to appreciate the patience shown by people of Nagaland for solution before election for 25 years. With the 30-day ultimatum served to the state government over the Central Unit of All Nagaland Ad Hoc Teachers Group 2015 batch threatens to resume its suspended agitation. Notably, on July 21, the ANATG 2015 had served an ultimatum on the government for regularization of ad hoc teachers. Chief Minister Nipurio inaugurates the much-awaited Lota Hoho building in Woka town. Rio says the building is a landmark of achievement and a matter of pride for the community and hopes that the building will be kept well and it will bring people together and foster harmony. Good evening, viewers. You're watching English Primetime News. This is Hassan. Now let's look into details. Over the mysterious death of Nltv POM under the custody of Assam Police on August 21 at Shivsagar that has sparked outrage among the people of the state, on Tuesday the Kohima Unit of POM Students Union organized a candlelight vigil in solidarity with led POM at Old MLA Hostel Junction. Several other organizations such as the Kohima Unit of Eastern Nagaland Women Organization, Eastern Nagaland People Organization, Eastern Nagaland Student Federation took part in the rally that held on Tuesday evening. All the organizations condemned the incident that led to Nltv POM's death under suspicious circumstances in judicial custody and lashed out at Assam Police for allegedly torturing and beating POM in the Shivsagar district jail, where he was lodged for 5 days before his death. All the civil bodies present in the vigil demanded strong action against those who are responsible for the barbaric act and urged the government to take all the required measures. The ENSF representative also said that they strongly condemn the behavior of Assam Police. ENSF further said that an appeal has been made to the State Chief Secretary to form a special team to find out the truth.
Students' Union strongly condemns the heinous act and is deeply concerned by the inhuman and irresponsible act committed by the law enforcement force, which pay no heed to the fundamental right of the citizen enshrined in the Constitution of India and international human rights law. The POM Students Union Kohima strongly demand the competent authority to immediately constitute this special investigation team, SIT, under the competent investigating officers to inquiry into the mysterious death of Mr. Nltv POM and to ensure that timely justice is delivered by booking the perpetrator under the relevant section of the law.
Dead man tells tale. Dead body does not lie. We demand that proper forensic investigation be carried out to ascertain the actual cause of death. It is extremely shocking to know that the torture and brutality inflicted on the person leading to his death was committed by none other than the law keeper themselves. The crime committed is an absolute violation of the fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution of India and abuse of human rights.
People and all the Nagas demand that both the state government of Assam and Nagaland work in coordination and conduct a thorough investigation to bring to justice the culprits and bring back the honor of the family of the bereaved.
NMO Kohima unit condemn in very strong terms this shameful and gruesome, undignified act done to our people and to
Also, while speaking with Kohima POM Students Union President Manlai POM on the custodial death of late Henry POM in Assam police custody, he mentioned that POM was arrested on August 16, while his family members only got to know about his death on August 21. PSUK President further stated that POM's family found his dead body in Joysagar Hospital. Hence today, the POM Students Union Kohima has organized a candlelight vigil program in memory of late Henry POM. He maintained that PSUK demands for justice and voices out against killing of an innocent man in such a lawlessness way. PSUK President declined claims of POM having link with NSCN or any other organization and further affirmed that he was just a mere public. PSUK President also gave assurance that the truth will be out soon in SIT report.
I mean, old MLA hostel junction there again as a Yadaji Kohima POM Student Union Gun, Ekta candlelight vigil Tagiaze. Itu ki garne Tagiaze Gulo, Amihan Bishula Kani Unine Tagibu, Oliaro Kumbaro Najanini Tagili Pare. Itu garne Amihan Ita POM Student Union La President of Utinese Kohimala. तो ताइवा इतो कहानी तो ब्रीफ प्रा एक्सप्लेन करिवो लेट हेनवी पम लोरे की हुइसे इतो लादो ताइ अलप करिवो
আজি पम स्टुडेन्ट्स युनियन कोहिमा कान लेट हेनगाई पम ताइलागा टाइगर रिमेम्बर करिगेना सॉलिडरी कैंडल लाइट विजिल एक ऑर्गेनाइज करे आसे.
Over the custodial death of late Henry POM, the National Human Rights Commission has sought an action taken report from Assam's Shivsagar District Police. It is to be mentioned that the NHRC sent the notice for the action taken report to Shivsagar Superintendent of Police on August 26 and gave 4 weeks' time for the response. Reportedly, the NHRC notice came after a complaint was filed to NHRC by Indigenous Lawyers Association of India in New Delhi on August 25 on the death of Henry POM. According to the complaint filed by ILAI, POM was arrested along with a woman on August 16 by Assam police while travelling to Giliki of Shivsagar district in the state of Assam. The Rising People's Party has condemned the custodial death of Henry POM on 21st August by the Assam police. They termed the incident as an act of terrorism. The RPP demands immediate intervention from the Nagaland government at the highest level so that an investigation can be issued to book Assam police for their irresponsibility in the case. They applauded National Human Rights Commission and Indigenous Lawyers Association of India for taking up the issue and raising voices for seeking justice. RPP called this act of Assam police as gundagiri and appeals such act of terror committed by the law enforcing forces should not be left unpunished. The Rising People's Party also extended solidarity and deepest condolences to the bereaved family. The Central Unit of the All Nagaland Ad Hoc Teachers Group 2015 batch has released a press release on Monday. In the release, the unit said that A NATG 2015 batch is going to resume their agitation in a democratic form against the government for denying their rights. A NATG 2015 batch called for an agitation at Kohima within 48 hours, and no members of UNACT shall be excused for their absence during the mass protest. They directed all the district unit executives and general members to be prepared. Central Nagaland Tribes Council and Nagaland Tribe Council have sought urgent attention for early solution to the Naga political issue in view of prevailing situation in the state. CNTC media cell have said that it expects the government of India to appreciate the patience shown by people of Nagaland for solution before election for 25 years and their yearning for genuine peace through political solution. CNTC reminded the government of India that unending political process has adversely affected the lives of every individual in the state and has taken a huge toll of the entire system of governance. CNTC said that the ultimate victims of these issues were the unemployed youth and students whose futures have been ruined due to unresolved Naga issue. CNTC appealed to the Prime Minister to address contentious issues between negotiating parties at the earliest, since economic well-being of every Naga family has completely collapsed due to the absence of equitable welfare formula and governance. CNTC expressed regret that even during last 5 years, the Naga political issue had not been discussed in the parliament, and even in Nagaland, MPs and members of state assembly took little interest to pursue the long-cherished solution to Naga political issue. NTC raised question what was causing stagnation and backwardness of Nagaland despite colossal funds being provided by the government of India. State Chief Minister Nipurio has convened a meeting of the State Assembly's Select Committee on September 1 to examine the Naga-Assam border issue. The meeting will be held at Chief Minister's Office CMRC in Kohima at 10 a.m. The meeting will witness select committee members and members of the local committees in the border district, including Mon, Longlang, Mukokchung, Woka, Siminyu, Newland, Dimapur and Paran. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipurio inaugurated the Lota Hoho building on Tuesday in Woka town. Chief Minister Rio, along with Deputy Chief Minister Yangtungo Paton, graced the event as the special guest and chief guest. According to Rio, the building is a landmark of achievement and a matter of pride for the community, and hoped that the building will be kept well and it will bring people together and foster harmony. Amongst the growing concern over climate change, the World Bank has teamed up with the state government of Nagaland on Monday to launch the Enhancing Landscape and Ecosystem Management Element project with the aim in conserving the ecosystem and improving the landscape. It is to be mentioned that the project of Rs 647 crore will be funded by both World Bank and the state government. The project will operate in 16 districts of the state over a period of 5 years. An opening ceremony for Mahindra's education was held in Dimapur on Tuesday. Sachin Jaiswal, DC of Dimapur, was present on the ceremony as the honorable chief guest. He spoke briefly and recalled the time he was studying and preparing for civil service examination, and based on that, he shared some advice with the students and provided them some ideas and expertise about how to study for and pass the exams.
Of course, talking about, I'll just start from NPSC. Now, NPSC, of course, I have gone through the syllabus also, and fortunately, I was in the interview panel last year. I was one of the interview board members during the NPSC final examinations. So, of course, the quality of our students has increased tremendously. I would say the talent that we get to interact during the personality test, that the interview, it's quite good. But few areas, I think the paper reading is still, I believe that students should focus more on it. It's not only for NPSC, but I believe for your SSC also you have.
District Administration of Kohima has requested all the citizens of Kohima town to adopt and practice the system of carpooling. In an appeal letter, Deputy Commissioner of Kohima, Shanawaz C, has observed that there has been an exponential increase in usage of private vehicles in Kohima town, and it is creating immense pressure on the existing road network and traffic management. DC also observed that due to increased traffic congestion, there was not only increasing in air pollution leading to health hazards, but loss of productivity as well. Therefore, as a step towards reducing carbon footprint and to ease traffic congestion, the district administration has appealed to all the citizens of Kohima town to adopt carpooling and participate in making Kohima a cleaner and greener city. Another skill training program has been aided at the Central Jail in Dimapur for inmates. This time, the Sankalp initiative in association with Department of Employment, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and with TK Skills as the training partner has included tailoring. It is to be mentioned that the initiative was formally introduced on August 29 at the jail grounds by Director General of Prisons, Rupin Sharma. According to Sharma, around 60 inmates have signed for the program, and it would not only be available for the inmates but also available for inmates under trial and under investigation too. A 3-day state-level capacity building for district master trainers on early childhood care and education and foundational literacy and numeracy began on Tuesday at Kohima's State Council of Educational Research and Training Hall. The training has been organized by the Samagra Shiksha Nagaland in collaboration with SCERT. Attending the program as resource person for the training, Director of SCERT N. Chungchanbeni Kikon said that national education policy accords the highest priority to achieving foundation literacy and numeracy among all children by 2025. In her keynote address, Kikon said that reading, writing and numeracy are always believed to be the foundational skills. Speaking at the program, State Mission Director of Samagra Shiksha, Tamsinaru, said that the 3 days training program for the district master trainers on FLN and ECCE is being conducted to provide orientations on use of teachers' handbook on foundational literacy and numeracy. Teaching, learning materials developed by the SCERT for the pre-primary students and primary foundation students to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy for all children as per the Nipun Bharat mission objectives. She further reminded the participants that this training program has been organized to bring about a convergence between stakeholders of education by involving participants from the social welfare, DOSE, DI18, or SCERT and Samagra Shiksha. She also said that the next phase of training in the block level will cover a target of 6,716 teachers and head teachers from 1,679 schools having pre-primary and primary classes. TLMS will be provided to about 38,519 pre-primary children and 45,213 students from classes 1 to 5 studying in government schools.
Development occurs prior to 6 years in a child. Therefore, it's critical to give emphasis in nurturing the growth of the brain in a child during this period. We all know the kind of education, the system of education followed in the country and in our state. Prior to NEP, focus was not given to FLN, especially in the government school or ECC. But NEP realizing
a felicitation program of Grandmaster Israel G. Juvi was held at Dimapur Airport on Tuesday. Israel G. Juvi is the founder of Naga Kitido and an international Taekwondo player. On 19th August, Israel G. Juvi was inducted in the Taekwondo Hall of Fame on the historic ceremony at the luxurious Hyatt Residency at 2 Exchange Palace, Jersey City, New Jersey in USA. He was also inducted for his outstanding achievements by tagging him as Pioneer Taekwondo Instructor as well as Outstanding ITF Taekwondo Champion.
Media friends, and then it's overwhelming for me, and it's inspiration also. First of all, I Taekwondo Hall of Fame iniga jato moila dream te bit thake nai aro iniga jabo koi kina hole bi isor laga blessing loi kina aro moi practice kuri kina aise. Like finally, International Taekwondo Hall of Fame recognized my achievement, and then I'm here today. I want to thank my department, police department. They gave wholehearted support, and then they gave all the clearance. My police headquarters gave all the support, and then I want to thank personally my DGP sir also. Iniga jaigena hatu tai, he was the first person to. Ini bishi khushi pai kena iniga amege iniga pathaise to gane bishi thanks diase. For me, when I went out for this International Taekwondo Hall of Fame, they recognized me as a Naga, as a India. So I want to take that name Naga and then India.
Living to the motto of Sentinels of Northeast, the Assam Rifles organized a health check-up cum medical camp at Tizit village in Mon district on Tuesday. The main aim of the camp was to provide necessary medical assistance to the villagers of remote areas, and the health check-up was done to identify the symptoms of monsoon-related diseases as well as life-threatening problems, ENT, problems and issues related to digestion. It is to be mentioned that approximately 234 villagers, including females and children, were screened, and free medicines were also provided along with the remedial measures. Villagers expressed their gratitude towards Assam Rifles for conducting the medical camp. The Akato Chopi faction of National Socialist Council of Nagaland has expelled Michael Yepto's former PRO, Kilonsar Ithito Aye, from both active and primary membership of the outfit. In a press release, the MIP stated that an explanation call was started for serious behavior breach against him. The authority was forced to take this action according to an order from the Collective Leaders Office and in accordance with Article C, Part 4 and 7 and Article T, Part 5 and 6 as the reciprocation was ambitious and unsatisfactory. Meanwhile, another person, Kekuka Sumi, has been terminated for misconduct in violation of Article D, Part 4 of the Yijapo. It is to be mentioned that authorities warned both the persons not to masquerade in the name of NSCN in any form or they will attract more severe penalty. Vinika Kiho, a resident of Purana Bazar, Dimapur, has cleared the combined recruitment exam conducted by the Union Public Service Commission for the post of public prosecutor in the Central Bureau of Investigation under the Department of Personnel and Training, Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pension. She was among 43 candidates who have cleared the exam. Vinika Kiho is the daughter of Kishito Kiho from Pulesto village, Agunato Range. Vinika has done Masters of Law in Corporate Law and Criminal Law from Indian Law Institute. Earlier, she served as Assistant Public Prosecutor under the Directorate of Prosecution from December 2018. Regarding the ongoing repair and maintenance work of the Bailey Bridge at 12th kilometer National Highway 202 in Mukokchung Tuensang Road, the Deputy Commissioner of Tuensang has released a traffic advisory. The DC urged the people travelling from Tuensang Road to Mukokchung to take another route as movement of vehicles on the stated stretch are temporarily blocked. An incident of Indian security personnel being allegedly manhandled Bangladeshi nationals has sparked many eyebrows. It has come to light that 2 border security force personnel were allegedly assaulted by Bangladeshi nationals inside Indian territory in Meghalaya. The incident took place at Rongara in South Garo Hills district of Meghalaya on August 27. The 2 BSF personnel who were attacked have been identified as Bipul R. Sangma and Dinanath Rai. They both have been treated and reported to be out of danger. Meanwhile, the BSF has lodged a protest with the border guards Bangladesh over the alleged attack on its personnel by Bangladeshis inside Indian territory, and an FIR has also been filed with the Meghalaya Police BSF Inspector General for Meghalaya Frontier, Inderjit Singh Rana. He has said that India's border with Bangladesh in many parts is penetrable. Notably, only 80% of Indian border with Bangladesh is fenced, thus facilitating entry and exit of Bangladeshis to Indian territory. The Jaintia Students' Union has demanded a retransfer of Block 1 to Meghalaya during the second round of negotiations regarding the border dispute between Assam and Meghalaya. Block 1, which is now administered by the Karbi Anglong Autonomous District Council in Assam, has been retransferred according to the JSU to the Jaintia Hills Autonomous District Council in Meghalaya. In this regard, the JSU has sent a letter to the Secretary of the Meghalaya government, Cyril R. Dengdong. The Students' Union mentioned several historical facts so that the request can be taken into consideration during the second round of Assam-Meghalaya border talks. In a joint operation, security forces along with police force apprehended 2 active cadres of Ulfa at the general area Noglo village in Tirap district, Arunachal Pradesh on 26th August. The arrested individual was recovered with 32mm pistols, 01 with magazine and a 32mm pistol, 07 live aiming. The apprehended individual along with has recovered items been handed over to Tira police station. Adani Group's chairman Gautam Adani has become world's third richest person after overtaking Franz Bernard Arnault according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index. With total net worth of $137.4 billion, 60-year-old Adani has surpassed the wealth of Louis Vuitton chairman Bernard Arnault. Adani is now just behind business magnate Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos in the ranking. Reliance chief Mukesh Ambani is at number 11 with a total worth of $91.9 billion. It is worth mentioning that Gautam Adani is the first Asian to break into the top 3 of the Bloomberg Billionaire Index. The Adani Group comprises of 7 publicly listed entities with business spanning energy, ports and logistics, mining and resources, gas, defense and aerospace and airports. In each business areas, the group has established a leadership position in India. The net worth of top 2 billionaire Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are currently at $251 billion and $153 billion. The row over the Delhi liquor policy that saw CBI conducting multiple raids across places in national capital, including home of Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, took another interesting turn on Tuesday as the Central Bureau of Investigation arrived at Ghaziabad branch of Punjab National Bank to open a locker belonging to Sisodia in connection with the case. The Aam Aadmi Party leader was also present at the bank while the CBI was inspecting the lockers. Notably, earlier the CBI had filed a case against Sisodia over allegedly corruption in the 2021 to 2022 excise policy. The excise policy was subsequently withdrawn by the AAP government. On August 19, the CBI had conducted a 14-hour-long raid at the residence of Sisodia in the excise policy case. Sisodia was among 15 persons booked in the FIR filed by CBI. Excise officials, liquor company executives, dealer, along with unknown public servants and private persons have been booked in the case. Sisodia claimed nothing will be found in the locker like nothing was found at his residence on August 19. Former captain of the Indian football team, Baijung Bhutia, is contesting the election for the post of President of All India Football Federation. Legendary Indian footballer has made an appeal to the football associations in the Northeast ahead of the AIFF president elections. Bhutia says there are more Northeastern state football associations getting pressurized due to political influence. He appeals all the Northeastern state football associations, saying that this should not be about football and not about politics. He further added that Indian football has suffered a lot over the decades because of political interference, and this is a greater opportunity for them to course correct, revive football in India and bring it up to international standards. Bhutia also laid down agendas on which he is contesting the AIFF president elections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi took to Twitter, where he was saddened to see the devastation caused by the floods in Pakistan and hope for an early restoration of normalcy. The death toll from the devastating floods in Pakistan neared 1,100 on Monday. Prime Minister Modi also extended condolences to the families of the victims, the injured and all those affected by this natural calamity. At least 1,061 are dead, 1,575 injured, and nearly 10 lakh homes destroyed or damaged, according to the latest data issued on Monday by the Pakistan's National Disaster Management Authority. So viewers, that's all we have for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV.